I'm gonna make lemony salmon with asparagus salad. I'm gonna start by cooking some beautiful salmon fillets, and I'm sprinkling on just some prepared lemon pepper seasoning. Okay, can you see, Alex? So I'm gonna put the salmon down into a pretty hot skillet. I wanna sear the salmon. So I've got some oil in there and it's pretty hot. So I'm gonna let it sit there without moving it. I'm gonna go ahead and season the other side with the lemon pepper. And you might notice I have some fried eggs, sunny side up over here, that I've been just finishing frying. So I'm gonna let those sit. They're gonna continue to cook really slowly. We will hope that when it comes time to turn the salmon, it won't stick to the pan. Hope and pray. So the asparagus salad is absolutely amazing. Take a look at this, Alex. What I did was I just took spears of asparagus and a vegetable peeler and just shaved them into little ribbons, and I'm gonna make a salad out of this. So some lemon zest and olive oil, not too much, and some lemon. I'll just squeeze it in with just a couple more ingredients. So I've got some feta cheese, and look at this up close. This is herbed feta cheese, and that means the feta cheese has herbs in it.
Is that what that means?
That's what it means, that's what it means. Some crushed pistachios. So it's just a really amazing, like flavorful, crunchy, nutty salad. And then lots of mint leaves. Did I say the word crunchy? We love the word crunchy in our house. And then I'm gonna grab some salt and pepper as you go across. Don't worry. I need to get rubber bands to tie around my sleeves because I get letters. People worry. People worry about my sleeves. Okie doke. So look at this. Isn't this pretty? I mean, just on its own, I would totally dive into this. Ree Drummond, not so much. I forgot that I have a whole bunch of sliced sugar snap peas. So those go in. I kept looking at the salad thinking, why is this salad like so meager? And that's why one of the main ingredients wasn't in. So pretend you didn't see that. Okay, and then this goes on the platter. Ah, that's better. That's much, much better. Okay, and then spread it out. All right, how's that look so far?
Amazing.
Beautiful, right? And then I'm gonna grab a spatula. Got it? And let's see how these look. Let's see if they stick, if they stuck. That one, oh, that one didn't. It looks so good. All right, I'm gonna let the salmon finish cooking. It's gonna take about 2 to 3 minutes, and then we will finish off this beautiful dish. So here's what we do. I like it when salmon is just barely done. And then even when you take it out of the pan, it kind of keeps cooking. And then it doesn't get too dry, and it's just perfect by the time you get it to the table. Or the island, in this case. All right. Third piece and the fourth. And then prepare to be amazed. Ooh, I let these eggs get a little bit crispy around the edges, but I love that. So I just cooked these sunny side up, and how I do that is just put, oh no, except for that one. Oh shoot. Oh man, slippery. We'll just do 3 fried eggs.
Yeah,
how does that
fine.
sound? We're gonna leave that 4th one out because it's gonna mess things up for us. Okay, so this is how, I'm gonna eat this for lunch, but I just put them in a hot skillet with butter and let them kind of set, and then I turn the heat to low, and I literally just leave them there until the eggs are, the whites are cooked and the yolks are still really runny. So more pistachios go on, and then more mint leaves, which I think is part of the thing that's so beautiful about this. And then a squeeze of lemon, especially over the salmon. This looks great. Oh, I forgot. I thought something, I'm forgetting ingredients left and right. Balsamic glaze. And here's what I like to do. This is truly one of the best ingredients known to man. I'll just do it mostly over the salmon. Just kind of do a little crisscross. Lemony salmon an asparagus salad with 3 eggs. Make sure you don't do 4 because that would ruin the dish. So I'm gonna turn Caesar salad into Caesar salad with shrimp, but I'm also changing up the way that I prepare the lettuce. Almost every Caesar salad has chopped romaine. Sometimes I'll do an entire heart of romaine, but this time I cut them into quarters. It is going to make a gorgeous and elegant salad. I really like changing up flavors, but also the way I present a recipe. So now it's all about the Caesar dressing. I have a jar of garlic olive oil. This is going to add such a flavor punch to my regular Caesar dressing recipe. So I'll start with about half a cup, and it saves me a step because I don't have to mince the garlic myself. Dijon is something I like to add to Caesar dressing. It adds a great tanginess, about a tablespoon. Same amount of balsamic vinegar, a few dashes of Worcestershire sauce, and this is controversial. Not everybody likes to add anchovies to their Caesar dressing, but I do. It's very subtle, it's not fishy. I'm adding about 4 fillets. And then I've got a lemon, and I'm gonna add about half of the juice. Okay, now some salt and pepper. And then I'm gonna mix it up before I add the next ingredient. That came together very quickly. I'm gonna add some grated Parmesan. The texture of Parmesan cheese in Caesar dressing is so nice. Okay, this dressing is just the right consistency. You want it to be pretty thin because you want it to kind of have a chance to seep into the leaves of the romaine. It's just lovely. And I like that you don't have to toss it. It's nice to just pour them down these strips of romaine lettuce. And I'm gonna cover the top of this salad with beautiful cooked shrimp. These are about 16 to 20 count, which means there are 16 to 20 shrimp per pound. But you can use whatever shrimp you have. You can do really big, colossal shrimp. You can do tiny little popcorn shrimp. That would be fine too. I'm gonna add some slices of avocado. Because I left the lettuce in such large pieces, I wanted to leave the avocado in pretty spears. This salad really is as much about the presentation as it is about the flavors. You know what? Something's missing. Croutons. That's good because I have that covered. I would not have a Caesar salad without croutons. I made my own, the same croutons I make time and time again. They definitely needed no revamping. They're garlicky croutons, and they're very simple. I put half a loaf of crusty French bread cut into cubes on a sheet pan and spread them out. Then I drizzled over 1/4 cup of the garlic olive oil I used in the dressing. I sprinkled them with half a teaspoon of kosher salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, tossed the cubes to coat them, then put them in a 250-degree oven. And when 25 minutes were up, they were deliciously crispy, and I took them out and let them cool. Croutons are the best. I could snack on these, honestly. Now just a couple more things to finish off this beautiful salad. I've got some fresh Parmesan. And then just for a little bit of herby freshness, I've got some parsley leaves, which I think is kind of in with the theme of keeping things in big pieces. And then this can never hurt, just another little squeeze of lemon juice just to finish things off. This is a Caesar salad with shrimp. I may never be able to go back to the old way of doing things. The salad bowl is going to be made entirely of bread. Having a carb-free lifestyle is very important to me. So I have a big metal bowl, and I'm using frozen bread dough that I thawed overnight in the fridge until it was totally thawed and it had started to rise. And then I rolled it out just till it was pretty thin, because if this is too thick, you'll get into trouble when it bakes in the oven. Okay, so you want to kind of look around the bowl. It doesn't have to be totally even. It's kind of fun if it's a little bit wavy and uneven. At least that's what I tell myself because it's always uneven when I do this. And then I'm gonna brush it with a mixture of butter and garlic powder, just so it has a really golden, beautiful texture on the outside. I love a good salad, especially when it's served in a golden, just delicious bread bowl. I love bread bowls, actually.
Same.
And the cool thing is you could actually you could do like individual bread bowls. You could alter the size of the metal bowl that you use, and you could do smaller ones. I thought, if I'm gonna make a bread bowl today, I'm gonna make a big one.
Might as well make it thick.
Let's not go small with our carbs in 2021. How's that sound? I'm just flinging butter everywhere.
It's great with me.
Okay, let's put this in the oven. Gonna bake it at 425 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes until it's nice and golden brown. Okay, so I let this bake for about 25 minutes, and look at this. Isn't this cool, you guys?
Gosh.
I decided to let it cool just so it would be cool enough for me to handle. So, get the bowl and watch this. This is where the rubber meets the road.
Whoa.
Wow.
There we go.
I make salad bowls out of bread every day. Just an everyday thing for me. So I'm gonna put it onto a serving platter for the salad. And I wanna get this garlic butter situation on the inside of the bread. So I'm gonna brush the inside, just so it has a little bit of that yummy garlic butter flavor on the inside. But truth be told, I'm tempted to just abandon the salad right now and just go like, be alone with this bread bowl, because how fun is that? And if it were small and individual, you could like use it for chili. You could do like chili bread bowls. So I'm gonna make this salad. I can't forget that this is all about the salad. The bread is just a vessel. So I'm gonna make a really simple tossed salad. It's just chopped greens with olives, cut up salami, black olives to go with the green, some cut up mozzarella cheese, my fave, and roasted red peppers. And then it always reminds me of New York City to like toss the salad instead of like serving the salad with dressing on the side. In New York City, you go to a deli and you just tell them what you want in the salad. You can have them chop it if you want. I just love chopped salads like that. Do you remember when we used to do that, Alex, in New York?
Mm-hmm. I love like tossed salads.
I love food. Okay, so here we go. The salad goes in the bread bowl. I was going to delicately like tong it in there, but I decided, oops.
Run away,
I decided
Lee.
not. Oops. Duke, where are you when we need you? And then to garnish, can you see?
Yeah, it's so pretty.
The side got a little bit high. So you can take little extra pieces of salami and just kind of fold them, tuck them into the lettuce. Look at this. Because then you wind up with these cute little kind of fanned pieces. All right. I think this is one of the most fun things we've made in a while. Salad served in a pizza dough bread bowl. I don't know what else to say. Viva la salad. A chopped salad board. So I'm using spinach, and I've got all these beautiful ingredients. I did spinach, tomatoes, orange bell peppers. I've got hard-boiled eggs, which Dad loves, by the way. Just have a salt and pepper shaker nearby. And you don't have to really be symmetrical. And cheese, slices of cheddar. You can just kind of tuck things here and there. And I forgot I had beautiful bacon pieces. So bacon, gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh my. Doesn't this look good? And then I have a little container of ranch dressing. I'm gonna put some lemons here and there and parsley. Gosh.
It is pretty.
It is.
If Loud weren't coming over, I might just serve this as the main course. Steak salad sandwich board. That way everybody can eat their steak however they want. This is great for family dinner or if you're having company over. The first step is to season a bunch of sliced onions and 2 good-looking ribeye steaks. And all I'm using is lemon pepper seasoning, and those look great. And then I'm gonna sprinkle on some salt too. And I've got a grill that is really heating up here. So I'm gonna brush on some olive oil first just to make sure the steak doesn't stick. And I'll put the seasoned side down, and that way I can season the other side. Okay, now I've just gotta grill the steaks, then I'll take them off the grill pan, grill the onions, then I'll make some horseradish mayo, get bread ready, slice the steaks, and I will see you on the other side. So for the steak, I'll give them 5 minutes on the first side, turn them, and cook them for 4 more minutes until they're medium rare. Then I'll take them out onto a board and just let them rest. Next, I'll put the onion rounds on and cook them for about 5 minutes. Now for the horseradish mayo. So for this, I'll add ½ cup of mayo to a bowl, along with ½ cup of sour cream, 3 tablespoons of prepared horseradish, a teaspoon of Worcestershire, ½ teaspoon of black pepper, a good pinch of salt. Give everything a good mix and tip it into a serving bowl. Okay, back to the onions. I'll just turn them and give them a few more minutes. Then it's all about the crusty bread. Put it on a board and cut slices. The onions are ready, so I'll take them off. And finally, it's about slicing the steak. And with that, everything's good to go. Okay, I do believe I have everything I need to build this steak salad sandwich board. So I'm gonna start with the steaks, and I'm gonna arrange everything on this beautiful board. With the steak, I'm gonna put some slices of bread. Now, these beautiful onions, the lettuce, beautiful tomato slices. And then I have sliced white cheddar, this beautiful horseradish mayo, sliced green onions to put on the steak, a little bit of sea salt over the tomatoes. It is absolutely glorious. Since this is a salad, I'm starting out by chopping up some lettuce. I'm starting with iceberg lettuce, partly because it's really, really sturdy and it makes a good foundation for the rest of the ingredients. Now, I'll just make a big layer in the bottom of a bowl. Okay, now I'll do a layer of tomatoes. I'll just cut off the top, and then I'll cut it into 6 pieces, and they'll just be big chunks of tomatoes. I love to pick ingredients with all different colors for this salad. It makes it look really pretty. Okay, now I'll start arranging the tomatoes. I concentrate on the outside of the bowl because I want to make sure to get all that beautiful color. Alrighty, I think that ought to be enough. Now for the next lettuce, I have some baby spinach, and I'll just pile that on top of the tomatoes. I like to do a mix of spinach and iceberg. The iceberg is nice and crunchy, but the spinach has that gorgeous dark green color, so it just helps the prettiness of the salad. Okay, now on top of the spinach, I'm gonna put some chopped hard-boiled eggs. The eggs are all chopped up, so I'll just pile those in. Concentrate around the perimeter. Make sure you can see them on the side. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. Now I'm gonna sprinkle the eggs with just a little salt and pepper. Get some seasoning in there in the middle of the salad. Okay, now on top of the hard-boiled eggs, I'm gonna put a whole bunch of chopped bacon. Leave it to me to put bacon in my nice healthy salad. Okay, now I'll just sprinkle the bacon all over the eggs. Oh boy, I love hard-boiled eggs and bacon. I just love that combo. Perfect. Now I'll sprinkle in some sliced green onion. I did the light green and a little bit of dark green parts. Big, big flavor with these. Now on top of the green onions, I'll put a bunch of grated sharp cheddar cheese. And you can get creative with this layer. You can do pepper jack if you want it to have a little bit of a spice. Any kind of cheese you want. You can even do a mix. Just even out the surface. This is getting more and more full. Now I have some frozen green peas. I just rinsed them under cool water and let them thaw just a bit. And I'm gonna pour those over. This will be the very top layer before I put on the dressing. It's just mayo and sour cream with a little bit of sugar mixed until smooth. Okay, now the dressing just gets poured right over the top. The great thing about this salad is the dressing pretty much seals everything in the bowl. You'll see some of the peas poking through the dressing. Now to give it just a little bit of extra flavor, I'm gonna chop up some herbs and sprinkle those over the top. It'll just make it taste even fresher. I've got some fresh parsley and fresh dill. I thought that would be a really yummy combination. And I'll just mince them up really finely. Okay, the herbs are really, really fine, so I'll just sprinkle them pretty lightly over the top. Okay. Lad's got all the kids at their respective sports practices, and I'm all by myself on the ranch. I thought I'd challenge myself to make some of my favorite recipes in less and less time. Okay, I'm making buffalo chicken salad, and I've got to get the chicken cooking, so I'm gonna throw just a tablespoon of butter in a small skillet, and then I'll add just a little bit of olive oil. And while that's heating up, I've got one boneless, skinless chicken breast, and I'm just gonna cut it in half, and this will help it cook a little faster. So I'll just lay my palm flat on top of the chicken, and I just slice it in half. It helps to have a really sharp knife. All right, now I'll just grab some salt and pepper, sprinkle it on top. Okay, now I'll just put it into the skillet with the butter and olive oil. Okay, I'm gonna whip up a really quick blue cheese dressing for the buffalo chicken salad. And it starts with half a cup of mayonnaise. Okay, and then I'll add a quarter cup of sour cream, quarter cup of milk. Then I'll mix this together and get it really, really smooth. Now to the dressing, I'll add a couple of dashes of Worcestershire. And then of course, since it's blue cheese dressing, about a quarter cup of blue cheese. A little bit more if you're like me. I like tangy, tangy, tangy blue cheese dressing. Okay, I'm gonna add just a little bit of pepper. Okay, the dressing's all done. So I'll start working on the salad greens. I'm gonna chop up some romaine lettuce. I'll just cut off the tough end, and then I'll just make small cuts. Okay, I think that ought to be enough. Now the chicken's just about done, so I'm gonna pour some Louisiana hot sauce right over the chicken. This is also called cayenne pepper sauce. It's the sauce I use to make buffalo wings. Now I'll let that sit for a sec. Now I'll throw the romaine into a bowl, and then I just have a box of mixed greens. I want the salad to have some variation in color and texture, so I'll just throw a few of these in there. And then I'll just mix this up. And now I'll just pour some of the dressing over the top. Any dressing I have left over, I'll just use as a veggie dip. Now the chicken's done, so the last thing I'm gonna do is just slice it up to put over the top of the salad. So I'm just gonna spoon a little bit more of the sauce over the top. I want them to be really saucy. Okay, now I'll assemble the salad. Got a serving bowl, and I'll just pile all the greens in there. Got that yummy blue cheese dressing. Let me check the clock. Oh boy, I better hurry. I knew this one would be close. Okay, and then I'll just grab the chicken, arrange it over the top. Okay, now the last thing, I'm gonna cut the bottom off of a head of celery, open it up and grab a few celery hearts with the little leaves. This is just a nod to buffalo wings and eating celery with blue cheese dressing. And then I'll just sprinkle on a little bit of extra blue cheese. Okay, I gotta check the clock. Oh, just a little over 10 minutes. That counts, right? A lot of people say, you know, I love steak, but I don't want to eat steak and potatoes every night. I always direct them to the big steak salad. It's one of my favorite beef recipes. It's pretty much a huge salad with a big juicy steak on top. And then another thing on top, and I'll wait before I tell you about that. It's a pretty decadent dish. I've got 2 ribeye steaks, putting them in a plastic bag, and I'm gonna let them sit for just a short amount of time in this delicious marinade. It's an Asian-influenced marinade. The first ingredient is canola oil, red wine vinegar, and also balsamic vinegar, some Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce, and then for some zip, a couple of tablespoons of fresh lime juice, a little sugar for a hint of sweetness, garlic, some minced fresh ginger, hot chili oil, salt, and black pepper. Believe me, it's good. Now I'll just pour half the marinade into the bag with the steaks. And the great news about this is it doubles as the salad dressing, so I'll save that for later. Now I'll just seal up the bag. I'm gonna let the steaks marinate for about 5 to 10 minutes. You can let them go longer if you have the time, but you don't have to. Now, one of the best parts about this salad is I top the whole thing with thin fried onion rings. I've got 2 onions and I sliced them really, really thin, and I'm just gonna do a quick soak with some buttermilk. It's just gonna moisten them up, take a little bit of the pungent onion flavor away. And while they're sitting, I'll make the dry mixture, and that's just 2 cups of flour, and a good amount of salt, just about a tablespoon or so. About a half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, gives them a little kick, and then just some regular pepper. Then I'll whisk this together. Okay, now I've got some oil going. It's about 350, 360. So I'm gonna stir the onion rings around just a little bit. And then I'll just take a little bunch, let the buttermilk drip off, drop them into the flour mixture, and then I'll pick them up and hit the tongs on the side of the pan, and that just helps the excess flour drop off. And then I'll just plunge them into the oil, and these are gonna fry in no time. I'm gonna do them in batches so they'll cook really evenly, and they are gonna be golden and crisp and out of this world. The onion rings are just about done. I'm just taking out the last of them. All right, I'll turn that off. Now I'll get the steaks going for the big steak salad. I've got a grill pan. That's a nice shortcut way to grill things. Gives things nice grill marks without having to go outside and light a big fire. All right, 1 steak, 2 steaks. Now I'll let those sit. They're gonna go about 2 to 3 minutes per side. So I'll get started on the salad ingredients. I've just got a big old box of mixed greens, arugula, radicchio. You can use any lettuce you want. All right, now I'll just throw in some whole grape tomatoes. I'm not even gonna cut them up. Okay, spread all that out. Now I'm gonna slice the steaks. I'll go against the grain and just slice sort of thin strips. I love warm steak and cold salad. It's one of life's real pleasures. Okay, and then of course, the grand finale. I'll just grab a nice handful of onion strings and put them right on top of the salad. I know I am breaking a few rules here, but I don't care. This is so delicious. I'm gonna make an Asian noodle salad. It's so flavorful, so easy to make, and it's bursting with pretty much every color under the rainbow. Now, there's a lot of prep to this salad, but nothing is complicated at all. I just sliced up some purple cabbage, otherwise known as red cabbage, depending on who you ask. Now I've got some cucumber slices. I used an English cucumber and just seeded it and sliced them into crescent moon shapes. And then kale. Kale is my life these days. I don't know why, it's just so delicious. It holds together really well in salads. I just pulled the leaves off of stalks of kale and then I shaved it really, really thin. Now, a bag of sweet peppers. I love these little things. They have a teeny bit of spice, but they're really, really beautiful, super tasty. Now, there's another kind of cabbage in the salad, Napa cabbage. Also one of my favorite salad ingredients. It's nice and crunchy and curly and pretty. I love colorful food and pretty food. And then some shredded carrots. And then I have a nice pile of bean sprouts. Really, you can use any veggies you want for this salad. Pretty much anything goes. And I also have some sliced scallions. I'll get those in there. There is so much flavor in this salad. I absolutely love it. Now, gotta have noodles in this salad. That's part of what makes it so delicious. I've got some thin cooked spaghetti. You can use linguine, you can use rice noodles, pretty much any noodle you have in your pantry. The point is you have noodles, you have colorful veggies, and it always turns out gorgeous. The salad's all tossed together. Now for the delicious dressing, which is a major part of how delicious this is. It starts with olive oil, about a half a cup or so. I love jars when it comes to making salad dressing. It makes everything so easy. And then about 1/3 cup of low sodium soy sauce. I'm just guessing. I'll also add about 1/4 cup of oyster sauce. It's really thick and rich. It adds a little bit of sweetness. That's a good amount. And then for some bite and tang, about 1/4 cup of rice wine vinegar. You can just use regular white distilled vinegar if that's what you have. You can just use what you have in your pantry. Now, I love toasted sesame oil. I think I'll add about 2 tablespoons, which is quite a lot, but I love the flavor of this stuff. It's so good. Now, speaking of flavor, I've got some minced ginger, out of this world, and then several cloves of chopped garlic. I definitely need some sweetness, so I'll put about 3 big tablespoons of brown sugar. You can also use honey, that's really delicious too. I love brown sugar, what can I say? Now I'll just get the lid on and give it a shake until it's all mixed together. Okay, that's it for the dressing. So it just gets poured over this gorgeous, colorful, crispy, crunchy salad. Now I'll just toss it around. Oh, this is looking good. You basically want to have as many vegetables as you do pasta noodles. You don't want to have too much of any one ingredient. Now that's looking great. I just have a couple of more things to add. This will send the flavor over the top. I've got some fresh cilantro and then peanuts. I love the crunch of peanuts in this salad. I'll just get about 1/2 cup or so. You can just leave them like they are. I like to chop them up a bit so the pieces aren't quite so big. Those look good, so they go right into the salad. And I'll just toss it. You can also save a few extra cilantro leaves and peanuts to sprinkle over at the end. I think everything looks just perfect. Now, this is a lot of salad, so I usually grab the biggest platter I can find. If you start with a small platter, you're gonna have salad all over your counter. So it just goes right on. I mean, this salad could win every beauty pageant it enters. Nothing about it that isn't gorgeous. I tell you what, if you love color, this is definitely the salad for you. Missy's my sister-in-law, so I did something I hardly ever do. I called Missy and said, come over for lunch. She and I never get together on our own, and today was the perfect opportunity. So I'm gonna whip up a delicious chicken taco salad just for the 2 of us. I've been seasoning 2 boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and I'm gonna get them into the pan. This chicken taco salad is one of my 16-minute meals. It's really, really fast, really easy, and so flavorful. I'll sprinkle the other side, then I won't have to touch the chicken with my hands. I'm just using prepared taco seasoning, and it's great for really quick meals. There's a lot of flavor. You don't have to take the time to mix different spices. It works really well. Okay, I'm letting this cook in oil and butter to give it great color and flavor. The chicken's gonna cook about 4 minutes per side. I'm using bottled ranch to make a spicy ranch dressing for the taco salad. I'll start with about 1/4 cup or so, and then I'll spoon in a couple tablespoons of jarred salsa. All right, now just to give the dressing a little bit of freshness, some cilantro. Missy doesn't live very far away, but we both get so busy, we hardly ever get together, just the 2 of us, so we're gonna have so much fun. Now, the chicken should be ready to turn. Ooh, looks great, nice and flavorful. I'll just put it on a plate. Looks yummy. Now it's just gonna rest for a little bit. Now I have 2 ears of fresh corn and I'm gonna grill the corn, but before I put it on the grill pan, I'm just gonna roll it around in the skillet that I cooked the chicken in, and it's just gonna get some of that yummy flavor on the outside. Okay, the corn is ready. It's got a little bit of color, a few grill marks on the outside. And now I'll just slice the corn kernels right off the cob. They're not too hot to handle. I love fresh corn because then you can control how much you cook it. I like corn to be pretty crunchy, not totally raw, but not totally cooked either. Now I'll just grab the chicken, dice it up. It looks really, really good. Everything in this salad is sort of bite-sized. That's what I love about it. Every bite is fun. It has a lot of different things going on. I'm so looking forward to getting together with Missy. And of course, we love getting together with the whole family, but sometimes we just want to kind of get over in a corner, have some girl talk. Okay, everything's ready. Now I just need to assemble the salad. I've got a whole bunch of shredded green leaf lettuce. I literally shaved it with a really sharp knife. Now I'll sprinkle on the diced chicken. And then I diced up just some Roma tomatoes. And then the grilled corn, delicious. I'll sprinkle on some pepper jack cheese, sliced green onions, avocado. Well, speak of the devil. Hi, Missy. You're here.
I'm here.
How weird for us just to get together for lunch. No
I know.
kids, no husbands.
No.
I'm just finishing our salad, so I just gotta put the dressing on. There's tomatoes in there. Did you say healthy? Well, I'm gonna sprinkle a few chips on, if you don't mind.